There is many stories within this grid right now, but let's start right at the front because we've got Freddie Lloyd, who is dominating the British Senior X30 right now, joined by Noah Wolf. Now, Noah Wolf is one of the very few drivers to ever get 2 GP plates in one go. He's trying to add to that this weekend, and we're going to hear from him in a minute. Let's speak to Freddie Lloyd, though. We'll come to you. Now, Freddie, you've done all you can so far this weekend. You've been strong, you've done what you needed to do, but now is where it all counts.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very good weekend so far, put on pole, but, well, the final's the final. I guess we'll see what happens.
You've been in this position many a time, starting on pole. Kartmasters isn't really like any race ever. You were here last year. How much would it mean to you to win that GP plate today?
I mean, it would mean a lot to me. Like last year, obviously, I went on track, but then obviously I got 5 seconds, which I didn't know about, really. That was heartbreaking, but see what we can do now.
Absolutely, best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Freddie. We'll let Freddie get ready. Freddie's on double duty, so that's not the last of him we're actually going to see today. But Noah Wolf, let's catch a word while he's putting his suit up. Noah, we've heard from you already this weekend. You want that 3rd GP plate. You are the closest you have ever been. How does it feel?
Feels amazing. No pressure, just go and have some fun and see what the outcome is.
Now, after the superheat today, things got intense. You're used to the intense environment. Tell me how important the tunnel vision is before this.
Just concentrate on the things in your control and just have some fun, really. It's no pressure, like I said, and we'll just see how it goes.
Absolutely, congratulations. Best of luck and well done for where he's got to so far. That is it, whistle is blown. There is a lot of people on this grid to look out for. Let's see what happens.
Thank you very much, Keol. Before we get into this Senior X30 final, we do have an update for you. We did say that we would bring it to you as soon as possible, and it is from Mini X30. After review, 10-second penalty for Mason Hibbert, which makes Alfie Davidson this year's winner of the Mini X30 Kartmasters Grand Prix. Congratulations to Alfie Davidson, Chester Fawkes, and Bodie Batch will be on the podium with him later on this afternoon. That was in the past. This is for now. Next up, Senior X30. Here we go then.
I was looking down the order to see who didn't qualify. I haven't got the list of non-qualifiers. Here are the 36 drivers who have made it this far. Freddie Lloyd and Noah Wolf go from row number 1. Harry Bartle and Macaulay Bishop start from row number 2. Yes, go and get your popcorn now, ladies and gentlemen. They'll have 2 rolling laps because they got brand new tyres on. Nat Stappen and Gabriel Stilp are on row number 3. Morgan Moore and Aaron Brown, Paul Fletcher's driver. We spoke to Paul earlier, looking sprightly at 92. He starts 8th. Harrison Mackie, Max Ewell, Sam Lewis and Hayden Eldridge for S8 Racing. Your top 6 rows the grid. Bomber Smith and Archie Owen, Ryan Gill and Dylan Patel, Joey Brown and the Charmander, Ewan Charman. Then it's Scott Riley from Ireland, Harry Cottrell, Monty Brathwaite, Oliver the Bear Meek, Caden McQueen, P23. What can Caden do after well, it wasn't a retirement, but it was a problem in the superheat that dropped him to last. Dorian Malik rounds out the 12th row of the grid. The rest of the qualifiers: Reece Newman, Underdog, Ben Cuts-Bland for Vismo International. 2nd race of the year for Ben Cuts-Bland. Watch for the bright purple cart. Henry Carter, Mayan Patel, Aaron Lask and Tristan Powell, whose fan club online is rivaling only that of Mikey Walker. Cameron Edmonds makes it in after a DNF in the superheat. So does Lewis Bird. So does Dominic Parabok. He raced his way in, along with Alex Wiley with a stunning drive. Alfie Gallagher and Bailey Brooker is your last starter. Sadly, Liam Karabelov, Piotr Yurovich, Laith Khan, Antonius Haddad, Ethan Woodward, George Quartermain, Jose Halfon from Panama, CJ Bennett, the number 9 seed of the country, Daniel Bridgeson, Ethan Higgins, Jensen Buckingham, Joao Castro from Brazil, Sam Horton, Max Cooper, Harry Hurst-Grover, Oscar Cole, Daniel Kiahov, Charlie Phillip, Katie Ashman, George Wang and Bradley Heath. They have not not made it this far. What a sight. Karting is and can be and should be a spectator sport. And the spectators, Charlie Charman was right at the very end there, hanging over the fence. That's Ewan Charman's dad. But this is the moment. Wolf versus Bartle versus Bishop versus Lloyd. The rest of the world can sit in envy because they are 4 of our best of British. Into the tram lines. Oh, this kart's going. And it's a false start, which is very, very lucky for, I want to say, Ewan Charman, who had all 4 wheels off the track, let alone outside the tram lines. We go again. Deep breath, ladies and gentlemen.
Freddie Lloyd on the road took P1 last year.
He did.
But had a 5-second penalty, which dropped him off the podium. Fred Green was your winner, ahead of Gus Lawrence and Harrison Mackie. Oh, they're limbering up.
David Manchester about to read the riot act to our drivers. They've had 2 rolling laps, all on brand new tyres. Reigning British champion Freddie Lloyd, former reigning Grand Finals Rotax champion Macaulay Bishop, last year's Rotax Championship runner-up Harry Bartle, and the driver who is on course to become this year's British KZ2 champion Noah Wolf. Ooh.
Hang on. Was that Bishop?
Who is that pitting? And
it's Bishop.
He's got a problem. He's into the repair lane. Now, if he gets that car out into the repair lane and fixed, he can join the race. It's catastrophe for Macaulay Bishop from P4. That's going to move Nat Stappen. It's going to move Gabriel Stilp up. Bishop, the Dan Holland Racing bandwagon. Well, someone's just snapped a guitar string on the bandwagon. Here we go, Andrew Mather.
15 minutes plus 1 lap for us to find out who's going to be our Senior X30 Kartmasters champion. Noah Wolf has had an amazing start. Takes the race lead. Bartle up to second. Freddie Lloyd not up to speed on that occasion. Is fighting with Aaron Brown straight away, trying to get back into 3rd place. Out is one of the Crocs.
It's the number 57.
Cameron Edmonds who squeezed into this Grand Prix. It's over for Edmonds on lap 1. Technical problems yet again.
He sees 2 engines so far this weekend. They probably cobbled something together for this, and it went pop for a 3rd final and decisive time. Chuck it in the skip. She done. Now, here is our onboard kart. It is one of the KX UK. Is that Joshua Smith, the number 15 kart? It is Bomber Smith. Has got the camera car on board. Out of the final corner they come. Look at that high speed cornucopia of colour and noise. And I have to say, one of the TB karts, the S8 racing karts, I think it was Harry Cottrell. When you look back at the first corner of that race, Cottrell was sideways through turn number 1 and number 2 and somehow saved it and stopped everybody else piling into him. Now Lloyd is up to speed. Now Lloyd finally dispatches Gabriel Stilp, and now Freddie Lloyd can set off after Noah Wolf and Harry Bartle. That's not just any driver that Lloyd has passed. That is the only driver in history to win 2 Junior X30 IAME Warrior Finals title. Gabriel Stilp. He doesn't race that much anymore, does Gabriel Stilp? But when he does, you know about it. And look at Nats, and look, that's not Nat Stapp, that's Max Ewell in the number 75 Mick Barrett racing kart up into P5. Where is Nat Johnson? The answer is 9th. Harrison Mackie has dropped to 10th. Caden McQueen has only gained 2 places. He's up to 21st. Lewis Bird, the number 7 kart, has gained 9 and is up to 23rd. And there is the number 8 kart, Morgan Moore. Who was that? Was he up and over the side of
Ewell?
Max Ewell. Well, there's 2 more. gone from contention. Wolf has been thinking to himself, Henry, I've been listening to you go on about Bishop v Lloyd all week, and quite frankly, I've had enough of it. And Wolf is now putting on a clinic at the front, too wide into the final chicane. Here comes Harry Bartle being passed by Freddie Lloyd. Freddie Lloyd's got Gabriel Stilp in tow.
That's smart.
That's smart from Stilpy. Let's attach ourselves to the absolute rocket ship that we know Freddie Lloyd is, and let's use Freds to get to the front. Bartle looks over his shoulder. He's got Aaron Brown. No, that's not Gus Lawrence in the PF International livery cart. It's Aaron Brown. Gus Lawrence here working with Mick Barrett Racing as a driver coach this weekend. Bartle 6th, Nat Johnson is 6th, Bartle 5th, Mackie back up to 7th, Lewis is 8th, Archie Owen, the leading Welshman, in 9th, and Dylan Patel rounding out the top 10. Our camera cart, Josh Smith, runs 11th. Further down the order, biggest mover, Caden McQueen, up to 16th, Mayan Patel up to 17th. Morgan Moore, after that incident, is down in 18th position. Bishop did not come back out of the race, Macaulay Bishop. And to add to Macaulay's cup of woe, he was given a technical exclusion for his last senior Rotax heat, which means he's going to start his main final, his Rotax final, from P12.
Change for third place. Aaron Brown's got ahead of Gabriel Still. I've been thoroughly impressed with Aaron Brown this past month or so. He really does seem to have got into a bit of a rhythm now with that PF International kart.
He's
hot on the spanners, of course.
Yep.
The man who mechanics Gus Lawrence to 3 British Championships, multiple podiums at this event as well. Remember that great drive from Gus Lawrence 2 years ago from the back of the field up to P2.
Well, it was normally Gus Lawrence, having a go at Reggie Dewey at the end of a senior X30 final many times. But imagine you're Aaron Brown. You're stepping into the kart. Here comes Freddie Lloyd. Aaron Brown is stepping into the kart that Gus Lawrence won 3 British titles. New leader, Freddie Lloyd. Gus Lawrence only lost the British title to Freddie Lloyd in September last year after holding the #1 plate in this class for over 1,000 days. Before Gus Lawrence, it was a certain Oliver Hodgson that ran that PF International kart. He hasn't done much in his career, has he? And now Aaron Brown has to go and replicate that, because before Oliver Hodgson, it was Mark Litchfield. Bartle is out. And that kart has just cried enough in the middle of the track. So Brown is under intense pressure to perform just because of the legacy of that one seat, the one Paul Fletch International Racing seat that is available in British karting. Brown is stepping into some very big shoes, but you know what? He's starting to walk the walk. Replay up top, and that is
Joey Brown and was it Hayden Eldridge?
And S8 Racing. It was Harry Cottrell, I think, actually. Yes. This is the first race where we're seeing a little bit of contretemps, and it's not attrition. Attrition is the correct word, yes. Not carnage. No. Attrition. That's right. It's attrition.
8 minutes and 20 seconds of this race to go then. Freddie Lloyd in the lead, in control of this race, but not necessarily dominating it.
There's another bit of attrition. And I think that we'll get that. That might have been Joey Brown pitting. No, it wasn't. It was Lewis Bird pitting. After a retirement in the pre-final that dropped him down the order, last year's #7 seed in the UK is out.
Not quite been his week. This is the battle down towards hairpin #1, a bit further down in the order. Rhys Newman there, fighting with Ryan Gill. That's for 16th place, I think.
Ryan Gill running the Evolve Motorsport livery, even though he's a privateer. We mentioned Chris Lamar raising money for Chris Lamar's family as he battles cancer. Ryan Gill, fresh from 1995 100cc TKM kart last weekend to the cream of the crop in the Senior X30 this weekend. Freddie Lloyd seems, well, I'm not sure if he's lit the afterburner, but he's certainly looking around his pocket. What was that that just broke off? Was that a bit of dirt or a bit of rubber? Something was just absolutely jettisoned by Freddie Lloyd as he came off the bridge. I would hope it's a bit of a ball of rubber, or some of the rubber underneath the grass blocks. If it was anything important, we'll soon know about it.
I was about to say that Freddie Lloyd had dropped a couple of ballast bags out of the cruise ship, but I tell you what, Aaron Brown is responding here, and Noah Wolf is as well. Noah, oh dear, as one of the MDLs is facing the wrong way. That looks to be Alex Wiley.
It's the 159. Alex Wiley who drove his way into this race after being way down the points or scoring this morning. Had a great superheat, not so great in the main event. There's Ben Cutsbland in kart number 12, one of the underdogs that we've been following all week. Cutsbland is currently 27th. Knock, knock, who's there? Top 10, it's Caden McQueen. Welcome to the top 10, up to P9 for McQueen. Our camera cart, Joshua Smith, is in P8.
Mayan Patel having a great run as well. I think we've mentioned it earlier, but he's now up to 13th place. That's 15 places gained. That's the view on board with Joshua Smith.
Are we going to see the 142 cars appear very soon from either left or right? Because McQueen is right there. No, he's not. He's not right there yet. He's still got a little bit of work to do as Smith chases down Sam Lewis in the number 124 kart. Now, what's Noah Wolf fiddling with there?
A little adjustment there, trying to find some extra performance. Oliver Meek in a tricky spot here. Loses out to Dorian Malik. It's all around just the outskirts of the top 20 at the moment. 5 minutes and 10 seconds of this one to go. If you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage of the Uptonsteel Kartmasters Motorsport UK British Kart Grand Prix for 2026. One of our big ones, Senior X30. And at the moment, reigning British champion Freddie Lloyd is 2/3 of a second clear of Aaron Brown. Aaron Brown, who's never been on the podium before at Kartmasters. Last year, P8 is his strongest result to date. No, Wolf's been on the podium before, 2 times a GP plate winner.
I am not going to over-egg the pudding, or I am not even going to cast any foreshadowing, but I will say this. Freddie Lloyd's older brother, Alex Lloyd, is the 2018-2017 IAME X30 Euro Series champion. Alex doesn't race anymore. He is back here at the circuit today. I'm not sure if Alex was on at Wilton Mill last September when Freds won his British Championship. For a long time, Freds Lloyd was the younger brother of Alex Lloyd. Alex Lloyd, I know you're listening, you're about to be known as the older brother of Freddie Lloyd. Brown and Wolf haven't given up yet.
Other drives up through the field, just to note them, Reece Newburn up 9 spots into 16th. Tristan Powell, TP fan club's out in force. Well, your man's up into the top 20 now. And one of the lead
good drive.
MDL drivers as well, second of the MDL drivers on the road at the moment. Great to see Alfie Gallagher moving up the order as well, and all the hard work that he's done. His team will be back in action next weekend at Wilton Mill for the latest round of the Rotax E10 Electric Cup. We'll have that on your screens on Alpha Live from Karting UK. Here's a good scrap. This is Morgan Moore and Scott Riley. Best of the Irish in this one at the moment, running 11th and 12th on the road.
Moore, having recovered from that earlier incident, you have to hope that there's no damage or a nose cone penalty for Morgan Moore. Now, 3 drivers under investigation. One of them is the number 21 kart. The number 21 of Harrison Mackie. Another driver under investigation is the number 11 of Joey Brown. And the 3rd driver under investigation, the 388 of Tristan Powell. I think that Tristan Powell is under investigation for being simply too good for the rest of the class. Which is understandable, according to his fan club anyway. But they are all under investigation. No news of any penalties yet.
Just over 2 minutes of this race to go. Freddie Lloyd has, well, if we thought that he'd dropped the sandbags before, I think he has now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's just gone and put another purple sector number 2 in. Freddie Lloyd he's just in that state. I don't know what to call it, whether it's Zen or whatever it is. Just Defcon Lloyd. Because
Defcon Lloyd. He is the most relaxed. Well, earlier on I was about to say he hasn't lit the afterburners yet, but he's certainly rooting around in his back pocket for the matches.
Yeah.
He's not only lit the afterburners, he's taken a lighter and a can of deodorant and just sprayed the fire into the afterburners, and just like that, Freddie Lloyd has a 1 3/4 second lead. Brown was 4/10 slower than Lloyd last time around. Wolf, half a second slower. Johnson, who we're looking at now, 0.7 of a second slower. Freddie Lloyd is putting one of the finest senior X30 fields you will see anywhere this year outside of the IAME World Finals themselves. Freddie Lloyd is putting them to the sword.
And I can't even say I'm surprised, because he's been doing this every single time I've seen him race in Senior X30 this year. Before we go into the last stage of this race, I just want to note, as we're looking at this battle for 4th place, how well has this young man from the Cotswolds driven this week? Nat Johnston, the least experienced of the top 5, and by quite a margin. This is his first year in seniors.
Yep.
This is a young man we need to keep an eye on in British karting and beyond over the next 18 months. He's never had a top 10 before at Kartmasters. Last year in juniors, P13 is his best result to date. Well, he's going to smash that if he can get through the next lap and a half. He's got Stilt behind him. He's got Harrison Mackie behind him. Then Caden McQueen. This is exalted company for Nat Johnston, who in my opinion is now an A-tier driver in Senior X30. He's not going to win today. He's probably not going to get a podium, but he has massively impressed me so far this weekend.
I went to I presented the British Karting Awards back in 2023, in November 2023, and I brought my son with me, and we were sat on the same table as Nat Johnson and his family, who on that year had won a prize in IAME Cadet, as it was then. And here he is in seniors. It seems like yesterday that Nat Johnson was a cadet, and now here he is in senior. In fact, he went from cadet to senior. He had 2 years as a junior and then to senior. But, ladies and gentlemen, the man of the moment, the man of the hour, the man of the year, the man of Kartmasters 2026, your Senior X30 British Grand Prix winner is Fast Freddie Lloyd. And his family and his older brother are here to witness it. And I think having his older brother here to witness it will be more than Freddie Lloyd will ever admit on camera.
And he's not done.
He's not done
Could
yet.
he become the 3rd driver to do a double? We'll find that out later on today, but right now, well, he's now got the number 1 and the GP plate in Senior X30. The emotion comes out. Freddie Lloyd confirms his place as the man in form in Senior X30 here in the UK. One of the strongest in Europe as well. One of the strongest anywhere. It's his first GP plate, which boggles my mind that that's the first one. Last year, he thought he'd had it, and then a 5-second penalty took it away.
And I don't
No one's going to be taking it away from him here today. That was another smooth, clinical, professional, brilliant drive from Freddie Lloyd.
Continuing to be professional by picking up grass on his tyres just to help him get through the weighbridge. And Freddie has done something else that Big Brother never did. Because Big Brother never won a GP plate.
That's where Freddie Lloyd will be heading in a few moments' time. 2.5 seconds clear. And I know this time last year really hurt him. I think, in a way, the result here, when he won it on the road, again by a goodly margin, it spurred him on to then hit that 6th gear to then take the British Championship.
Because he won on the road in this. There's a picture there's a clip that Alpha Live were using to promote this event of Freddie Lloyd doing a nice little pirouette in the other race. He did Rotax as well last year, I believe. That, I think, was the catalyst for Freddie Lloyd, whose first ever interview I conducted with as part of the paddock show, the British Kart Championship. Went to Fred, how's day been? He looked at me and went, I've binned it in a wall, and then ran off. From that, I binned it in the wall, which is I binned it in the wall, for those of you that don't speak Fred, to speaking with, I am sure, he's going to have a sparkle in his eye, he's going to have some emotion, he's growing in to the fact that he is the man. He is the leader of our sport in this country. And I say this with the greatest respect. I am Rotax through and through. You know this. KZ2, the Premier Class. Global Karting looks at the British Senior X30 champion as the number one in Britain. That's Freddie Lloyd. He's still, I think, just 17. He's inherited that mantle from one of the most professional karters you will ever meet, Gus Lawrence. He's doing it with a lot of pressure. He's trying to win in both Rotax and X30 in his first season as a British Championship, under the watchful eyes of Alpha Live every step of the way. And of course, there are people that are waiting to see him make a mistake. As we do in the UK. We build people up, and then when they're on the plinth, we try to knock them down. So Freddie also knows he has to deal with that, which every sportsman at the top of their game has to deal with, no matter what sport they're in. People will always want to knock the top players. Don't hate the player, though. Freddie Lloyd gets out. I wonder what gems we've got in store for us here. Be very careful, Keol Lynch. This could be a very fun interview.
I've got a question.
Go on, then.
What's he going to run in the next round of the British? Is he going to keep the number one, or could he use the GP?
He'll probably go and run number 74 or something like that.
No, yes, he would.
He'll probably just turn and go, no, what was I before?
Does what he wants.
Yes, he does what he wants. He does what he wants. His name's Freddie Lloyd. He does what he wants. His mechanic, Marvellous Marv, has got some headgear that maybe won't make it onto the camera.
What a great effort by Aaron Brown.
There he is.
Another podium for the Paul Fletcher International team in this race. I think that's 4 years on the spin now. 3 for Lawrence, 1 for Aaron Brown, his first Kartmasters podium.
Can you see the invisible weights being lifted off his shoulder? Keol Lynch, go and speak to our Senior X30 Grand Prix champion.
Well, Freddie Lloyd, you have missed out once. You did not let that happen again. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a really good race. Dropped back a bit, but kept my head cool. And once we got to the front, just kept doing purple laps and just stretching the gap.
Now, you're no stranger to winning in this class. You've winned on many levels, but you have yet to had a GP plate. How does that feel? Does it feel different?
Honestly, it's just payback for what happened last year. Yeah, I won it on track, but now officially got it, so I'm happy with that.
Now, am I right in saying you might have another job to do?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately.
All right, well, we will see Freddie Lloyd shortly because he's appearing in Senior Rotax this afternoon. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's head back to the box because there is more action soon.